Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Like always, I wanted to do my pre-market overview. I was expecting a a low CPI. That's why I bought a bunch of calls yesterday and I got into longs. I should actually get out of my position because I do think we're going to come back down. So I will made a quick 15K, 3K, close. I'll leave my Ethereum positions open. I am officially 150, 170 Ethereum long. I do think that right now we had a huge run, right? I'm going to sell everything at open. More than likely wait for this to come back down. More than likely come back down on trend here at 383 and then possibly push up to 390 or so. So as of right now, again, I was extremely bullish. I did think CPI was going to come a lot lower. I told all my Patreon members yesterday that I did think that CPI is going to come lower. That's why I bought a bunch of Amazon calls. But for now, I am expecting this and then running up to 390. But for right now, I'm selling everything at open. Just want to take my profit. Most of my calls came in for Amazon, so I'm going to see what my Amazon position is at. But again, this is all going to be gaps. These are all going to be huge gaps, right? For example, SPY, you're going to have a gap from, you're going to have a $10 gap from 374 to 375. There's no way that this gap stays open for this long. There's no way. This is going to come back. You're going to fill this gap eventually. And like I said, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna take on my I'm probably gonna adjust my either sell everything or adjust my stop losses right in the morning. I just took profit on my Forex. I wasn't doing anything with Robinhood. I'll probably stay out of the market for today and then come back and reassess later in the afternoon. But I do think that right now there's a good chance that you probably keep pushing up. But again, I want to adjust my stops just to make sure that I rake in all that profit. Like I said, there's going to be a huge gap here that has to get filled eventually. So everybody be extremely careful because we can definitely come all the way back down to yesterday's close at like 374, 375. Is this going to come down really hard? I have no idea. I have no idea how hard this is going to come down. If you do end up coming down hard and filling this gap, really good chance you're going to break this trend, which will probably push us back to 372. So I just want to make sure, that everybody is, safely taking their profit at open. And you also look at the DXY. DXY is also coming back up, right? DXY coming back up will probably come back to 109. Again, exactly what I told you guys is going to happen from my DXY calls. Like I said, it's going to come back to 108. Comes back to 108. It's more than likely gonna. This is a full break, right? This is a full break of major trend for the dollar, and this is exactly what I told you guys a couple of I guess days ago, right? This trend started back on February of earlier this year, and they just broke right now. So I am expecting this to possibly, because you have this break, 4 hour, I am expecting this to come up, retest, and then drop all the way down. So as of right now, target for the dollar is around 103. And that's what I said in my last video. I said roughly whenever the 16-hour closes or the 8-hour, you actually have these massive drops, like $3, $4 drops. You guys can go back like maybe a couple of videos and I show you guys what the forecast was, right? And I don't want to do it right now because I don't want to take much time, but it was essentially this, right? This is the forecast. And then you just roughly run that forecast on. Look at this. Do that. Run this, 4.7, 4.2, 4 point. My forecast was like around here, 4.2. Everything within 6 days, 13 days, 7 days, 6 days. Right now, we literally just hit that today. Easy forecast. Which is again another reason why I bought calls for the market. But right now, it does look like you're starting to recover a little bit towards the upside. Again, I will be selling everything at open and then just kind of waiting to see what happens, because while this is extremely bullish and CPI did come in a lot lower than expected, I do expect us to at some point fill that gap on the SPY, which is kind of insane. So as of right now, I am looking for more bearish movement today as opposed to bullish. I would not be surprised if you actually tank extremely hard back to 374 today and then run to the upside, because I really don't think you're going to have a gap of $10 stay open like that for a very long time. So I think for now, I think for today, I'm probably bearish, to be honest. I'm probably bearish to the lower end. There's a higher probability that you'll come down and fill this gap before you moon to like 408. So my target for SPY right now is actually back to 408, 407. But you know, this gap staying open from 374 to 375 is kind of it's kind of scary to me, right? And again, you can keep pushing up all the way, but eventually you got to fill this gap, this $10 gap, you know, especially that huge of a gap. You cannot keep that open for a while. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.